Pixar is making Toy Story 5, but the question I have for you guys is, should they have ended the franchise with Toy Story 4?
Absolutely.
Golly, wow.
Yes. Think about this right here. What more can you bring to Toy Story than you brought from your last Toy Story?
I agree.
Like, what more can you bring to that? Like, how can you make that more interesting than the last one? Like,
well, when you think about it, like Toy Story 4 ended with Woody saying, I'm going to go live my best life, right? It's him and Buzz Lightyear saying, hey, we're going our separate ways. And that was like the end of Toy Story 4, right?
Toy Story 3 basically ended with Indy basically growing up, going to college, and basically just getting rid of the toys. And so it's like, what direction? It felt like both of those movies had an ending.
Yeah.
Didn't Woody leave at the end of 4?
Yeah, he left at the end of 4.
At the end of 4, it was like, I found, Andy found his life, and now I'm finding mine. Toy Story 4 was all about Woody saying, you know what, it's time for me to move on. And that's what happened.
Buzz basically told Woody, it's like, just follow your heart. Woody went with his blonde chick. Like, I can't blame Woody.
That's what I'm saying. He went off living his best life. I'll see y'all later. Well, I will say that, apparently the director, Andrew Stanton, is returning. His credits include Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, WALL-E, and he co-wrote the original Toy Story. So he's a very talented guy. They got like a good team behind this. Even the co-director, he produced like Elemental. So they got like a good team behind this. That's what I'm saying.
But apparently this movie got a concept of toys versus electronics.
Yeah, well, they say the story kind of centers on the concept of toys meets tech. With modern electronic gadgets that kids use today, they're increasingly not even playing with toys, right? And I guess the story is going to be about Bonnie. She is now increasingly using a tablet, using iPhone, using stuff.
Right there.
They call it the lily pad. I guess that's the story. And these toys are feeling increasingly like, where does my place in this?
Right.
A child today is probably not going to even pick up a toy. They'll pick up a phone or pick up a tablet. You know what I'm saying?
So, to be honest, like I say, it's good that Toy Story is touching on that topic because right now, today's kids, they like technology. So you seeing that, toys and technology, kids, they going to get accustomed to it because now the kids they going to come up with a game now, a Toy Story game. You feel me? Because now they going to have that flow in.
No, you're right. It's like that's like the thing that gives me some hope is they have a talented director behind it, a talented writer behind it, and they do have a cool concept. But there is that fear of, they're bringing Woody back, and as we pointed out, Woody,
his character basically had grown up and developed to a point where I feel like if anything, it's probably going to be more about the other toys actually developing, and it's like. I just kind of feel like the premise seemed cool, the whole toys versus technology and stuff. But I don't feel like, I feel like it need an end. Like, when it's going to end?
Part of why I have so much skepticism about this movie is because, remember the last movie that came after Toy Story 4 was Buzz Lightyear, the Lightyear movie. Yeah. And people didn't like that movie, right? So they didn't like Lightyear. So it's like, the idea of having another Lightyear focused movie, I don't know. It's like people didn't really seem to like the last one, so having Toy Story focus more on Lightyear, that could work, but it's like it could backfire as we saw.
And I'm gonna say, don't get me wrong. I know that this movie is probably gonna be highly successful in the box office. That Pixar gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna go see it, but it's just more so of like, is it a reason for doing this? Like,
yeah, there's a reason for this to exist other than make money, right?
You gotta think, it's like a 2-year-old can pick up an iPhone now and just be scrolling with his fingers and stuff like more than they'll pick up a toy. They want a tablet.
That's why I say the concept.
That's why I say the premise is pretty cool.
That's why I say the concept is cool because we can all relate to it in some way because we've seen it. We've seen it. Whether it's young kids in our lives, or nephews or nieces or brothers or whatever else, we've seen these young kids grow up with tablets.
They already got technology knowledge. By the time they're in the womb, they know how to use an iPad. I feel like the story is executed well. The animation is pretty well. I don't mind it, but it's just like don't force it. Don't force it just because like
you're right.
Don't force it.
It's more like because to me, what I notice a lot is like, yeah, I feel like the animation is getting worse. I don't feel like it's getting better. I feel like it's getting worse. Back in the day, the animation was better.
I always thought that the animate, that's the one area where I would slightly disagree with D1 in the sense that the animation clearly improved from Toy Story 1 to 4.
Yeah, you definitely can see the improvement.
It's not really the animation, it's more of just
it was the one thing that is feel more generic, at least from Pixar. They keep producing some of the same.
I was going to say that they're bringing back all of the original actors, right? Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack. They're bringing back a lot of people, and they're bringing in new people. Apparently, Conan O'Brien is playing like a character named Smarty Pants, and they're bringing in Ernie Hudson to voice Combat Carl to replace Carl Weathers, the late Carl Weathers, who passed away because he played him in the previous movie.
But Conan O'Brien gonna be cool to see. I think he'd probably do well as a voice actor.
Toy Story should stop. That's Toy Story 3. You feel me? Only 3 sequels, bro. 3 sequels.
No, a lot of people feel that way. And again, people like the fourth one as well. You could have stopped at 4, but you could have easily stopped at 4. You could have stopped at 3 as well. That would have been even better. Where it's like, well, what is there left to say?
We could be saying the same thing. We could be saying the same thing. They come out with Toy Story 6. We could be saying.
Yeah, you think we're gonna be saying, oh, we could have stopped. You should have stopped at 5.
Yeah.
Toy Story 10 gonna be coming out.
Oh man, could have stopped at 9.
Don't do it, D1. Don't do it. But guys, we want to get your opinion about this. Do you think they should make more or stop? But until then, I'm Caution.
I'm Caro.
No,
you ain't Caution. We got to reprogram you again.
D1 threw me off. That was a mistake. I'm T-Rex.
I'm Caro.
I'm D1.
We're out.
Peace.